Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, and today we've got several pieces of news to talk about in Raid Shadow Legends. So first of all, Plarium has responded to the video I put up yesterday. So I made a video yesterday which I broke down the information that several members of the Raid community had gathered up from new accounts and what they had found from the accounts. And they did over 100 different accounts, I think. They had a huge number of accounts. And they found that a massive number of those accounts were getting a legendary champion from their first 5 ancient shards, right? That's what they found. It was really kind of startling data that I think almost nobody knew that this was a thing, as far as I'm aware. I said in that video I'd reach out to Plarium, and I did, and Plarium has replied. So here we go. Number one, they confirmed that yes, this was absolutely something that was happening. That yes, some new players had increased chances to summon a legendary champion from ancient shards for a certain period of time, but it's already over. So for anyone that was looking to dive into this and start taking advantage of this now, and get a legendary and a new free-to-play account or whatever, sounds like that it's not going to work, guys, that this has now ended. Also, it's kind of interesting that this was only for some players. This apparently was not for everyone. So yeah, definitely I saw some comments, a few people saying, and some of the test accounts that the guys made also found they didn't get any legendary, that those accounts did not have the boosted chances, which is really interesting. It was only for some, and it is over. And also the info, this is, I do need to retract the, I have put a comment on it already, and I must actually change the title, but this was not secret info, which is fair. This info was written in the summoning portal. I do have a screenshot of that as well. So that is something to note, guys, that this was actually disclosed in the summoning portal for the accounts that had this activated. I can actually show this to you right now. So here we go. This screenshot was provided to me by AW Reed on my Discord channel, so big shout out to him. But if we zoom in here, this is your in the Mercy System tab of the summoning portal, and if we look at this last line, let me just make sure I'm not blocking it. No, we're good. As a new player, your Mercy System for Ancient Shards will activate early to help you summon your first legendary champion from Ancient Shards. Again, reminder, guys, that according to Plarium, this is now gone. Your Mercy System will activate after your first Ancient Shard, and your chances of summoning a legendary from Ancient Shards will increase by 25% of the previous chance with every consecutive Ancient Shard until you summon a legendary, at which point you'll reset to the default summoning chances table. And this is why so many people were getting a legendary within their first 5 ancient shards. Again, it wasn't for everyone, and this is now turned off, but there we go. So it was disclosed in the game. That's good. I'm not really surprised that it was disclosed in the game because, you know, I presume in certain countries there would be legislation around that, right? Loot boxes. A lot of countries, especially European countries, have a lot of legislation for that sort of stuff. But there you are. So there you go. So I wasn't incorrect in saying that it was a secret, although at the same time, you know, this was something that, although it wasn't a secret, it was in the game that most people hadn't actually seen it. They just didn't know it was a thing. So it was still a really interesting story. So there you go. Fun stuff happening there. And yeah, as Plarium also said, they do conduct different time-limited tests in-game from time to time, as it's a natural part of gameplay. So there could be other things like this in the game. But I think one important takeaway, which I do think is fair, is that I did see some comments, for example, saying, ooh, they could be messing with the shard pull systems. I've seen videos like, you know, conspiracy theory videos about that elsewhere, that they're messing with the shard pull timers for other people. I think that's very unlikely. Again, because I think there is legislation governing this sort of loot box stuff. Perhaps there are, but I think it's pretty unlikely. I think that they do have to disclose in-game. I'm not a legal expert, but that is my understanding. But let me know what you think, especially if you are an internet... there's no point really, is there? If you're a lawyer. Of course I'm a lawyer, says Bob down the road. Yeah, all right. Anyway, there we go. So that is big piece of news number 1. Big piece of news number 2. We do have a 2x event for Sacred Shards this weekend, which is going to have a 10x event as well for Prince Kymar going alongside. Now, Prince Kymar is incredibly good. really no surprise there. A lot of people, one of their most wanted champions. He's the top 3 at least champion you can pull from Ancients or Sacred Shards. He has the AoE Sleep with buff Strip. This is great for Arena. And then he has the full team reset, which is good for Arena and amazing for speed farming, Doom Tower, dungeons, all sorts of areas in the game. Excuse me, I've got hiccups, my goodness. So he's an amazing champion. I've got one of him. I'd love a second one. I'd love a third one, to be honest. So that is tempting. I obviously went for the 2-for-1 legendary event. So worked out slightly bad for me, I would say. I would say the 2x event with a Kymar 10x is better than the buy one, get one free legendary thing. But hey, say la vie, it is what it is. The one thing I would say, you know, it can be worth going for, bearing in mind it's still a big gamble. I can't remember the exact numbers off the top of my head, though. It's probably roughly like a 20% chance if you pull probably less. It's probably more like a 15% chance if you pull a legendary that it would be Prince Kymar, even in a 10x event like this. It's pretty low, but still, it's, you know, it's a decent gamble to go for if you've got the shards to spare. Python event should be, well, it's almost over. I think the final event is still on. Make sure to finish it off if you haven't and you're missing those final 5 fragments. That means that we should possibly hear news about a new fragment event or new fusion, maybe the end of this week, the start of next week, and it might start the end of next week. So there could be a fragment event coming up soon. If it does start next week, right, that would mean there'd be a 10x summon rush event. Could be the first event in the fusion. Let's say the fusion starts next Thursday. Not impossible. Might be a week after that, but just be prepared, right? Be aware. You might need to have shards saved up in order to do the next fusion. Like Python is really good. The next fusion could be really good too. Who knows? My recommendation is to try to have 4 sacred shards for every fusion as a good safe minimum, so that you're not under stress to try to finish it. So bear that in mind. You might take the risk and chase the Kymar. I'd recommend keeping 4 or making sure you will be in a position to have 4 sacred shards for next weekend, just to be as safe as possible. Yeah, it's probably the week after, actually, now I think about it, because the event's only ending now for Python, but still, do be aware, do be careful, and there you go. So look out for that. I think actually that's nearly all the news. I was just going to figure, why not pull these for fun? This event is almost over. I might get a few more, but we've got 11 shots at the Lunar Deck of Fate. I actually haven't looked into this too much. I heard that this one was actually all right, but I haven't done it. So we can get some bonuses if we start to match different cards. We can get these Fate chests, which could be pretty cool. Let's see if we can do it. Okay, we got a blue one. I like to do the corners. Okay, we've got 2 greens. We got 3 greens. There we go. What's in my first chest? 200,000 silver. It's a game changer. Right, let's go again. We've got 7 pulls, so we got another couple of chances here. There's a blue. This looks like a blue corner. It's not a blue corner. We've been foiled. Another green. Let's go for this one. Nuts. And it's blue. Going over this side now. It's a green. I think we're in trouble. Purple. And a green. And there we go. That's that event basically over for me. Hey, you know, there's some okay rewards in here. I'll take the multi-battles. I'll take the awakening stuff too. That's fine. So there you go. That's my Lunar Deck of Fate. But yeah, I think that's basically all the news today. Let's pull these as well. But guys, look, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I did want to make sure to put out a video covering that update to the whole ancient shard starting out situation, because it is so surprised. It's something that simply most people, we just had no idea that that was even a thing. And yeah, it certainly surprised me. So there you go. Thank you for watching the final soulstone. What do we get? It's a legendary, surely. What? It's a rare. A 2-star rare. Oh my god. What are the chances? Quite high. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.